Back with more everlasting summer. So where we left off, a lot of shit happened. I danced with Lena, surprisingly. I thought that wouldn't happen. But then I went back into the cabin and now I'm awoken by an alarm. I woke up with a hellish ringing inside my head. The ringing seemed to be coming from the depths of my consciousness. But after I came to my senses, I realized the cause of the ring is my alarm clock. Strange. Where did it come from? Why is it standing near my bed? It was 7:30 according to the clock. Ogla had already left, and there was nobody to force me to go to the lineup. Thus, I could sleep a bit more. I closed my eyes, but seemed like my consciousness had already had its coffee and was ready for a long, productive day. I need to get up. I should plan my day out. After all, I need to at least find out something today. But still, nothing came to my head. Fine. I need to wake up completely and wash myself. On my way to wash stands, I met Xenia. What got you up so early? Anything wrong with being up early? She looked at me as if I had insulted her. No, nothing. Just curious. None of your business. Gosh, Xenia isn't very sympathetic even when she's in a good mood, but today she just looked furious. Cold water perked me up. The fog in my head dissipated, and my thoughts started rearranging themselves. Curiously, I started to worry about finding a good place in the canteen more than about finding answers. I brushed my teeth and was going to leave when a quiet sound wafted past my ears. It's possibly a squirrel or some other animal. I heard another sound, this time a bit further. I walked 10 meters along the path, searching for the source. Nobody, just a morning forest. I returned to the washstand and saw Miku, who was looking for something in the grass. Noticing me, she smiled and jumped up to me. Oh, hello, good morning. I accidentally scattered my tooth powder, just trying to gather it all back up. The dewy grass didn't seem to be helping. What? Oh, it didn't seem to be helping matters. Are you sure that's a good idea? Well, why? What else can I do? I don't have any more. It was the last I had. She pouted like a child who had just had her favorite toy taken from her. Here, I'll give you mine. I dug into my bag. No tooth powder there. Strange. Didn't I just put it there? I walked away for just a minute and now it's gone. Listen, it looks like I have forgotten it. I didn't want to tell her that it had just gone missing. Knowing the sensitivity of this girl, it was safe to assume the vanishing household goods would impress her so much that her brain would reset itself in order to avoid overheating. Well, I'll be off. Yeah, cheers. Visit us. Visit me in the music club. I'm still alone there, but Mika's voice faded in the freshness of the summer morning far behind me. Getting back to the leader's cabin, I took my cell phone and looked at the battery meter. Enough power for today, maybe even less. Of course, it won't help me much in here, but still. Finding a charger in the 80s would mean inventing it. I was going to head for breakfast when somebody knocked the door. It was Lena. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. I was taken aback a bit. The events of the previous day were still fresh in my memory, but I didn't really want to speak about them. Probably looking for Ogla, aren't you? Well, no. Yes. Lena was her usual self, shy and easily embarrassed. That dance on the pier, now it seemed no more than a dream. Oh, you fucking dick. She's not here, I'm sorry. Okay then. I'll go. Okay. Really? When Lena left, I thought that I'd been too cold towards her, so I decided to be nicer on our next encounter. Good. Still, regardless, the morning was shining and beautiful. The bright sun was shining over the space and time display of Pioneer Camp Savianic, warming its residents and filling them with energy to spend the day productively. Or in my case, the wasted and fulfilled efforts to find an explanation for everything happening here. There was an unusually large crowd at the canteen. Of course, there was no other place in the camp that pioneers loved as much as the canteen, but why are they all crowding on the porch? I came closer to find out what was going on. It looked like all the camp had gathered at the porch. They were all familiar girls, all glow and electronic. They were having a lively discussion. I drew closer. Ah, Simeon. Have you seen Shirk today? No, what's the matter? We haven't been able to find him since early morning. Disappearing pioneers. Well, that's something new. But he was with you yesterday? No, he was not. She was talking to electronic. Oh, okay. Yes, he was. So you woke up this morning and he wasn't anywhere to be found? No. Why didn't you come to me immediately? Well, I thought that he got up earlier and went to wash up or something. Did he mention anything yesterday? Interjected Slavia. For example, that he was going somewhere, for instance. No. What exactly is so horrifying about that? It's only 9 a.m. He might have decided to go for a walk. You don't know, Shirk. She looked over at me seriously. Bitch, it was just a thought. Well, no, I don't. But I didn't see anything suspicious in this situation. Okay, let's stop panicking. We'll find him. How could he miss breakfast? Yolanda grinned. Exactly. Time to eat anyway. Elisa. Wait. When the fuck did Elisa get in this conversation? The pioneers proceeded to the canteen. Yet again, I had no choice where to fit in. The only free place was at the table with Elisa and Yolanda. Take a seat. She pointed at the chair next to her. I sat down. Lisa looked as usual. Didn't seem like she was going to start a fight over me missing the performance I had promised to come see before. Actually, if she asks again, I actually want to see it. Well, if she doesn't feel like talking about it, then why would I? Are you gonna get your food? Good idea. I hadn't thought about that. Today's breakfast didn't look much different from yesterday's, but it looked more appetizing. Or maybe I was just very hungry. Maybe I was eager to finish it off as soon as possible to avoid yet another Yolanda prank. Want to go to the beach with us today? When? Right after breakfast. Generally speaking, relaxation wasn't on my agenda today, but if I was going to spend my time thinking, why shouldn't I do it while getting a suntan? Sure, why not? Cool. She smiled nicely. Bet you're planning another prank. No, not at all. Yolanda waved her hands at me. She sure is. Lisa grinned. She's always like that. No way. I think she's right. Nobody believes me. Lana took her tray off of dirty dishes and stood up. Enjoy your meal. This bitch put something in my meal, didn't she? She said in such a way which left no doubt. Nothing good awaits me today at the beach. Me and Lisa were left alone. You know, I guess I shouldn't go with you after all. Why is that? Well, I've got something to do. And what exactly would that be? She looked in my eyes and I couldn't even find an appropriate excuse. I don't even have a swimsuit. This bitch is gonna get you a swimsuit. Try mine. What? You think it will fit me? Give it a try. I don't think it's worth the effort. Don't be a wimp. Please try it on. We'll find you some swimming trunks. Those words only added to my fear. Wait for me by the canteen, I'll be back soon. Okay. There's nothing wrong with waiting for her, is there? I'm waiting for her. Finishing my breakfast, I left the building and sat on the stairs. Pioneers, all having their own business, hurried past me one by one. No one stopped by me. No one even looked in my direction. Seemed they didn't consider me a stranger, but exactly the opposite. Just another teenager their age, their comrade, you could say. I caught myself thinking that I had started to consider this camp and its inhabitants with not as much caution as I had on the first day. Indeed, Elisa was back in a couple of minutes. Ready? Ready for what? She gave me the trunks. Though you hardly could call them trunks. They looked like pink boxers decorated with butterflies and flowers. Actually, they were boxers. I'm almost afraid to ask, but where did you get these? Too scared to put them on. Well, you know, I have not the slightest intention of doing so. I appreciate her joke was going to make myself a laughingstock. Put them on, she said roughly. Why don't you try them on instead of me? I think the color of the swimsuit would set your eyes off very nicely. Let's make a bet. Not again. I had no desire to accept her bets. No thanks. Shut up, Skype. Wait, what did she say about swimming naked? Alright, you either go to the beach wearing them or you swim naked. Weighing the pros and cons, even the second option seems better than the first. I'm not planning to go anywhere at all. And I'll tell everyone you left those trunks in my cabin. Why would I do that? How should I know? She burst into laughter. I didn't want to argue with Lisa, so I decided to go to the beach in the end. But not in those flamboyant trunks. Okay, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Don't be late. She ran off after saying that. I dragged my feet to the leader's cabin to get a towel and hopefully find something like trunks. Ogla was waiting for me in the room. Say, man, did you hear anything about Shirk? Same as half an hour ago. I walked to my bed and took a towel. Are you going somewhere? Yes, to the beach. Do you have swimming trunks? You came here without any luggage, as I recall. Strange that fact didn't seem to surprise her during our first encounter. No. So what will you wear? Good question. What? I don't know. Wait a minute. She walked to the wardrobe and unlocked a drawer. In a moment she had a pair of normal black trunks. Why do you have a normal pair of black trunks? Where did she get those? Exactly what I said. More importantly, why? That's exactly what I said too. Someone from the previous sessions might have forgotten them. Considering all the strange things in this camp, it wasn't really surprising to find men's swimming trunks in Ogla's room. How is it not surprising? Thanks. The trunks were just my size. Dots. I got changed behind the cabin and went to the beach. Ah, it's beautiful. Look at those graphics. A lot of pioneers had already gathered there, but I recognized only Elisa and Yana. Come here. I walked over to them and sat on the sand. I see you found something better. Holy shit, you... Oh. I see you found something better. She stared at my trunks and smirked. Oh, you naughty woman. Oh. As you could see. Come on, let's swim. I don't want to. Don't be a fucking vagina. Maybe later. I was not a fan of swimming. Suit yourself. What was the point of coming to the beach? The girls ran into the water. Why did I come here? Why am I not looking out for answers? Should I care about it now? Sylvianic seemed normal. Certainly a lot of strange things have happened to me during these 3.5 days, but not one of them taken separately seemed at all supernatural. Especially since I didn't get any closer to finding so much as a clue. On the contrary, everything that has happened has only confused me more. What alternatives do I have? I won't get any truth from the local residents, though I doubt they even know it. Should I try to leave this place? But how far can I walk, considering that I don't even know where I am? Turns out that my only option is to wait. After some time, the girls came back. Yana held something in her hands. Look. I looked up and saw a crayfish. Just some normal crayfish. That's cool. Oh, come on. Ilana lay next to me and started to torment it. Leave the poor animal alone. Why? It's just a crayfish. So what? It has a right to live too. I'll rip its claws off and ask the cook to boil it for dinner. As if we have nothing else to eat. I looked to Elisa. She seemed to totally have a nice ass. She seemed to totally uninterested, to be honest, fun with a poor sea creature. Tell her. What's wrong? It's a crayfish. It deserves it. Does it deserve it? No, it doesn't. It looked like the girls missed their lessons on nature in primary school and lacked empathy for the environment. Give it. I snatched a crayfish off Ilana. You're starting shit, you idiot. Suit yourself. I was a little surprised you didn't resist. I looked into the eyes of the poor animal, and it bit my dick off. They didn't express anything at all, but I thought that if I could speak, it would certainly be outraged. Maybe it would even go to the Convention of Human Rights. To tell the truth, I wasn't sure that would help. I took the crayfish to the river and set it free. Never mind, I'll catch more. There are plenty of them here, said Ilana. No doubt about it, I mumbled. Time passed and I was getting sleepy. You didn't go in the fucking water, did you? I fell asleep. Oh, this is great. I don't remember what I was dreaming about. If I was dreaming at all, but I woke up when someone shook my shoulder. I have a massive thing of Ha! Ogla stood next to me. Did you come to swim too? I asked, still half asleep. No. It's almost time for lunch and we still can't find Shirk. The leader said, standing before me in a wet swimsuit. And I want you to look for him. Seems like I'm the only pioneer in this entire camp. I was sincerely outraged. Every time it was getting clear that Ogla considered me her errand boy to be used like a slave. Or vice versa. If I came to you, then I want you to help me. Why exactly me? However, after giving it some thought, I decided to agree. After all, my shoulders and back got sunburned while I was sleeping, and searching for Shirk would let me get acquainted with unexplored locations of the camp. Okay. It was not exactly right to wander around wearing only swim trunks, so I should get changed first. Why is every woman in this game hot? Dots. Except Ilana. She's like 5. 10 minutes later, I sit outside Ogla's cabin, deciding where to go. Okay, where to go, where to go, where to go, 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 where to go, where to go, where to go, 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 where to go, where to go, where to go, 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 where to go, where to go, go, go. I guess, you know, everybody's been walking around here. Okay, I'm pretty sure, since everybody's been walking around the club, they would have checked the boathouse. The forest, I'm not so sure. This, I don't even know why that's an option. Bus stop? Maybe. 2 options. Let's go to the forest. Forest first. It was obvious that Ogla and her pioneers have already searched every nook and cranny of the camp. Room the length and breadth in it. It's probably not worth looking for Shirk in the canteen or on the beach. Okay. Or in the Cybernetics Club. That was a second home. Or maybe even his first. Thus it might be worth looking around the surrounding forest. I didn't plan to go far into the forest, otherwise it might be me who they'll be searching for tomorrow. I didn't really visit the countryside often. I just stayed in a country house every summer during my childhood. But that was very close to the city. When in this camp, it was possible to find everything I haven't seen for so long. Overwhelming vegetation, singing birds, and fresh air. My nose is like stuffy a little bit. I found a meadow and sat on a stump. How peaceful this place is. But where in the world is Shirk? Not Shulk. Xenoblade. Actually, he could have been taken against his will. Jesus Christ. This camp is far from normal, so pioneer disappearances should not be all that strange. An intriguing possibility. Could it be the work of whichever force sent me here? Or is it just some separate local entity's doing? Lost in my own thoughts, I didn't notice how the grass before me started moving. I looked closely and saw a squirrel. It approached me carefully and stared at my hands. Probably used to getting fed here. Sorry, friend, I don't have anything with me. Of course, the squirrel could not understand me and continued to just sit there, waiting for treats. I felt sorry for it because I didn't have even a crumb of bread in my pocket. I realized that I'm even ashamed to look into its eyes and decided to move on. Dots. After some more wandering, I came to watch the stands. Turns out that he is not in the forest either. At least not in the surrounding area. And going farther is just frightening. I walked to the washstands, took off my shirt, and tried to wipe myself down because I was all sweaty. However, it wasn't so easy. I won't be able to go into the washbowl, and there isn't even a ladle. Suddenly I heard footsteps from behind. Turned around. Electronic was walking my direction. Looking for Shirk? Yes. You too? Me too. Listen, you know him better. Where could he have gone? I don't have a clue, he answered sadly. Well, I just don't understand why everyone has made such a fuss. During the night, wasn't he in the cabin with you? Then he can't have been gone for too long. Maybe he went for a walk. You don't know Shirk, said Electronic excitedly. Listen, bitch. He is fanatically dedicated to his work. His life consists of robotics and cybernetics. People like him are one in a million. No, in a billion. His talent is boundless. I look up to him. He is a man of steel. God, I really hate noses. Oh my God. No, simply triumphant. At that moment, he looked like Hitler making a speech in front of a crowd of thousands. Even his gestures matched. Okay, so what? So what? You don't understand, do you? No. He spends all of it, you see. All of his free time in our club. All. So disappearing just like that is unusual for him. Of course. Seems like Electronic calmed down. Okay. He looked at me intently. Are you going to wash? Not really. Just rinse off a little. It is hot. Me too. He looked around. I wish there was a bucket or a ladle, something to get more water with. Yeah, I noticed already. Then let's do this. He walked behind washstands and pulled on one of the tabs. To my surprise, its end turned up, and rather than pouring into the wash bowl, the water splashed up at almost 90 degrees. You could manage to wash yourself that way. Meanwhile, Electronic took off his shirt and squatted, so it seemed like he pulled down his shorts. I really don't want to read this part. I couldn't really tell because the washstand he was behind concealed him up to his waist. He directed the stream towards himself and started to sing something quietly. Let's clean my chimney sweep. What? I stood astonished, not knowing what to do. You seemed to notice it. I'll wash myself and then let you see it. What? No! Gosh, I got a massive chill. Well, you know, I just remembered that I have something to do. Gotta go. Out of all the... And since Electronic, the moment I just saw was the weirdest one. Hey, what's up with you? A cold shower on such a hot day is the best thing ever. No. That won't do. Anyway, I have to go. Oh, thank God. Oh, shit. Oh, that's fucking frightening. Do they have a bond then? Do they, like, Oh, God, that is sick. Oh. I put on my shirt quickly and ran back into the forest. I wonder what's gotten into him. Oh, God. Okay, bus stop. The bus stop seemed to be a fine choice. What the fuck? A strange thought came across me. Perhaps Sherlock is in the same situation as me, and so he decided to run away from this camp. Maybe by the 410 bus. It could really turn out to be true if he came here by accident too, although the chances of that are quite slim. But you never know. What if the bus would really come? However, I could hardly believe in that. Indeed, I spent a couple of minutes waiting at the bus stop, made sure that there were no signs of Sherlock or anyone else here, and headed back to the camp. Somebody rushed out from behind the gates and bumped into me. The impact wasn't strong, so I just staggered. Oh, Miku. Miku stood in front of me and rubbed her bruised forehead. Sorry. It's alright. It's my fault. I was going to the music club, but got lost in thought about a new song. You know, thinking of lyrics and music, I hadn't realized how I got here. So you don't have to apologize. Her words per minute rate obviously exceeded the recognition and limits of my brain. I made an attempt to retreat promptly. Sure. Gotta go, you know. Oh, wait. I wanted to leave as usual without having to listen to her, but Miku grabbed my hand. Why are you a dick? Her grasp gave me the creeps as I got a clear vision of an astonishing execution by another rap session. Can you help me a little, please? Just a teensy-weensy bit. That definitely wasn't on my to-do list today. Well, I'd be glad to, but it's pretty please. Miku looked at me with such puppy dog eyes that my heart started to melt. Just look at those eyes. Look at them. She totally wasn't going to let go of my hand. And what help exactly do you need? You'll accompany me. I can't manage to compose on my own. I can sing or play. I can't do both at the same time. Even our Virtuoso has her weaknesses. Well, you know, I can't really play an instrument. Never mind that. I'll show you everything. Come on, let's go. Okay. You know what? Actually, I think I can go with Miku. I want to go with Miku. Because Shirk wasn't in the forest. Shirk was not at the bus stop. So he's not, like, outside of camp. He's inside of camp. So one of these damn pioneers is going to come across him. It'll probably be me going with Miku. If I don't go with Miku, I might not even find Shirk. That just fucks with your head, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna go with Miku. On the other hand, I'm not losing anything. However, she dragged me along with her. Probably nothing good will come of this, but the only way to get her off of me is to wrestle my hand out of hers. But that wouldn't be very nice. Nothing bad will happen after all. Probably. Within a minute, we were already standing in the music club. Miku took a guitar. Here, have a look. She sat down and started playing. I tried to follow her hands. The tune seemed quite simple. It seemed quite easy to repeat it. Got it? Kind of. Let's try. I took a guitar and started playing. It didn't really work out. Let me show you one more time. She played much better than me, obviously. Looking at Miku, I wondered. Of course, she was a chatterbox. She was naive and clumsy. However, she was extremely talented in music. Try again. I managed much better the second time. Wow, that's much better. She smiled. It wasn't hard, in fact, just repeat the same notes over and over. Just don't lose track. Start on my command. Okay, ready? Go. It was a song in Japanese. Frankly speaking, I didn't understand a single word, but Miku's singing was quite good. In fact, it was outstanding. I've heard this song before. Oh my god. I gotta look this up later on today. She put her heart in every note, every word. Yeah, music probably is a very thing for her to dedicate her life to. It seemed like it wasn't her who chose the music, but the music that has chosen her. The last half an hour presented Miku in a completely different light. Dots. See? Can't be such a dick. Oh, thank you. Did you like it? I finally managed it with you on my own. It's not so good. I either mess up with the words or miss the strings, and it's just perfect with you. Thank you so much. You really have a talent, you know. Just to play like that without any preparation. Nope, it seems I'd changed my opinion about her too hastily. Thanks for the song. Gotta go. See ya. Thanks for... Are you... I hate this man. The rest of her words were left behind the door. I leaned on the wall in the club cabin inside. Miku's song was still playing in my mind. Good. Feel like an asshole. Dots. I went for lunch and with mixed feelings. With a sense of accomplishment and with a realization of time wasted. No, you have accomplished that Shirk was nowhere found outside the cabin area. The canteen was crowded. I couldn't stay unnoticed. Ogla called me. Simeon, come with us. The cab leader, Slavia, and Electronic were sitting at the 4-seat table. I nodded and went to get my food. This time I had spent several minutes in the queue. Today's menu didn't really differ from the other day's menus. The dishes looked the same, at least. When I sat at the table and wished bon appetit to everyone, Ogla said, "So what are you thinking?" "About what?" "We searched for Shirk all around. It's noon and he's nowhere to be found." I took a note of the rhyme, but didn't want to point it out. "We looked all over the camp." "Did you really?" "Did you?" "I went all around the neighboring forest." "So did I." Ogla looked at me, and I helped too. "We must call the police." "Maybe we should wait until the evening," I asked lazily. "Maybe he went home." "That can't be. Shirk lives thousands of miles away." "By train?" "The nearest station." She paused. "Is far off." Now it was getting interesting. Every time the conversation reached a point concerning ways I could leave Savianic, all the camp inhabitants started changing the subject. How far is far? Really far. The camp leader looked at me, indicating with her expression that asking more questions was not advised. "So we should go deeper into the forest. Maybe he got lost." "Shirk always takes a compass." Compass. Not compass. Chimed an Electronic. I wonder what else could be found in his magic vest, assuming he has one. Excuse me. If I were to get lost in the forest, a compass would be of no real use. Bullshit. Police. We should call the police in the evening. Not right now, at least. Okay, so you'll do it later. They were all silent. We should be able to find him before evening. We still have time. If he actually got lost, we have no time to lose. We cannot be sure. Then where is he? Where? There was some truth to the camp leader's words. Hiding the whole day just like that is suspicious. Why would he do that? Shirk seemed to me to be quite a serious pioneer. Yulana would have been a better fit for this behavior. So there is a good reason to believe that he was gone. All that can be done has already been done. We'll just have to wait. Savia, Electronic, and Olga looked at me sorrowfully, but didn't say a word. Dots. I finished my lunch, took the tray back, and left the canteen. It's still the first half of the day. What now? Cam was drifting off for an afternoon nap. Only Jenna stared at me through his glasses. Of course, he was staring somewhere else, but I had a feeling that he was constantly watching me. I bet he knows where Shurg is hiding. He just can't say anything. The disappearance of the Cybernetics Club's leader made me think. Maybe it's got something to do with my case. Oh, Pioneer. The nurse stood in front of me. I looked at her curiously. Go and take my place in the infirmary. I have an urgent call. Somebody is injured. Is it Shurik? Me? Yes, you. Take the keys. The nurse threw me the keys and ran away. Why me? Isn't there anyone else in the camp? What exactly should I be doing? What if something happens? Oh, what do I do now? I missed my chance to refuse. I stood in front of the door uncertainly. On the one hand, there is nothing to worry about. I'll spend half an hour or so here and she'll be back. But what if someone comes for actual help? With a broken leg or a head injury? I began to worry too much. I hope that there are no injuries more serious than bruises and scratches in this camp. But at the same time, I could not shake the idea that in a serious situation I would be absolutely useless. I don't even know how to perform CPR. A magazine on the nurse's table caught my attention. Good way to relax, I guess. This is labeled Soviet fashion. The publication date or month were absent. However, this was not a surprise. There were much stranger things happening here. I didn't know much about Soviet magazines. Maybe they actually didn't have publication dates on them. Models dressed in old-fashioned clothes stared at me from the glossy pages. Glossy. Nowadays, nobody would wear such clothes. I smirked. I wonder if Slavia, for example, considered this fashionable. I could only imagine what would happen if she appeared in time wearing something like this. Imagine we are walking in hand to hand. I'm wearing my coat with the hood, and she is dressed in a lavish dress covered with lace and things. Seems like I'm already imagining Slavia in my world. Since when do you have feelings for fucking Slavia? With me. And not only Slavia. This dress better suits Alana. This cute Seraphim would look good on Lisa. The skirt and curtain would look nice on Lena. If only they could be real. No, I saw them, heard them, and even touched them. But still, they are here and I simply don't belong in this place. It's alien to me. I'm just waiting for a chance to get out of here. Waiting because nothing is up to me anymore. I sighed, put my head on the table, and fell asleep. Dots. I was awoken by the noise of the door opening. Hey, Elena. Stood at the door. The nurse isn't here? Then I'll come back later. I'm substituting for her. So I am responsible for pioneers' lives. I should do it with full responsibility. Although, in fact, I was just afraid of something bad happening because of me. Any health complaints? I tried to give Lena the most professional smile I could in order not to confuse her. Nothing special, just a little headache. Let's do this. Some painkillers, maybe. Not exactly. Okay. Of course, I wasn't aware where to find required medicines, so it took me a while to find them. Finally, I handed a metamizole tablet to Elena. Thanks, she smiled. That was completely unexpected, and I lost touch with reality, staring at her. What? Lena turned awkward in an instant. Listen, I've been wondering. Do you like this? I don't know what got into me, but I grabbed that magazine from the table and showed her that picture of a skirt and her cardigan, which would really suit Lena in my opinion. Maybe I went completely nuts, thinking about all the girls being in my world. Or maybe I wanted to distract myself instead of just waiting for the nurse to come back. Lena looked at the picture. Yes, I guess. Is stuff like this in fashion? I guess. She got confused and started blushing. Why do you ask? Really, why? Oh my god, first one. Yes, thank you. It's alright, I'm just being completely honest. We were quiet for some time. How was your headache? Much better, thank you. She smiled. That'll be off. Good luck. Yes. Good job, man. Lena went out and I continued to look through the magazine. Dots. After a while, somebody knocked at the door again. Seems that the infirmary was the most popular place to go. Suddenly I decided to roleplay a nurse. What? Just the male version. And said, "Come in." Door opened and Your Honor entered the room. Wow, did I miss the moment when you decided to start knocking? Anything wrong with me knocking? She frowned. Where does it hurt? Why on earth would I tell you? Where is the nurse? Right in front of you. I imposingly crossed my legs and looked questioningly at you. You fucking fag. I'd better go. It'd be better to die than be treated by you. She smiled mischievously. You didn't even let me try. Ilana thought for a moment. Though you could give me some pills. What's bothering you? It took her some time to reply. A heavy stomach. Sure it's not an empty head? I muttered under my breath. What did you say? Nothing. Give me a second. Found the pills in the first drawer I opened. Thank you, doctor. She smiled cheerfully. I feel like she doesn't have a problem with her. She's just smuggling pills. Watching Lana, I cannot imagine how such an optimistic and active child could have any health problems. First one. She gave me a baleful look. No, I left everything for you. Ulana ran out of the infirmary and slammed the door. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Again, I went back to studying Soviet fashion trends. Time passed, but the nurse was still absent. I wasn't searching for Shurik, wasn't looking for any clues concerning my situation. Yeah, I think Ogla's calling the cops right now, actually. I was just sitting and flipping through a magazine. Just for a moment, I felt quite satisfied with this situation. So far, everything that has happened here could be seen as just a trip to a summer camp. And if nothing changes any time soon, then I can start worrying. Again, somebody knocked on the door. Did I miss the outbreak of an epidemic? Savia was standing at the doorway. Oh, hi. Isn't the nurse here? Hi. No, she's not here. I'm taking over for today. Great. I'd like... She hesitated. What? By the way, Simeon? Savia said and looked intently at me. What? Seems like I lost my keys. Have you seen them anywhere? Well, you see, I have those. Yes, here. I found them near the canteen yesterday. I wanted to return them to you, but forgot about it. I was really bad at lying. My cheeks were red, my eyes were wandering around, my hands were constantly shaking. Here. I was already preparing myself for an appropriate scolding, but Slavia only took the keys and said, Thanks. So what have you came for? I really needed to change the subject. Does anything hurt? No, it's nothing. Strange. I wouldn't even think that such an open person as Slavia would keep something quiet. If there's something bothering you, tell me. So I am here. Treat people. Smiled widely. No. I mean, yes, but no. Hearing that made anything possible. Even division by 0. So how can I help you? You? I guess you can't. She smiled and was going to leave, but suddenly stopped. However, could you step out for a minute? Why not? Okay. I stepped out of the infirmary and leaned against the wall. I wonder what might she be doing, something that I can't even see. After a minute, the door opened and Savia came out. She was carrying a small bundle. What is it? Nothing. She blushed. Thank you. You're welcome. Savia ran away. Seems like I shouldn't have asked. What? Wait. Is she on her period? That must be why. I know. I looked at the time. It was getting late. I'd read the magazine backwards and forwards, but the nurse still wasn't here. Suddenly the door burst open and Lisa rushed inside. She looked at me piercingly. What are you doing here? Sitting, I admitted honestly. Okay then. It's even better without a nurse. She murmured. Are you sick? I asked acidly. Lisa didn't answer and came closer to me. Move over. Why? So I can open the drawer. Isn't it obvious? What for? She got angry. None of your business. Well, I'm kinda in charge here. She gave it a moment's thought. Then give me some activated carbon. stomachache? Yeah. She grinned sharply. I got the feeling there was something wrong here. You know what? I've been a dick to her. I've been a dick to her for a lot of times, actually. I haven't went to the music thing. I didn't really swim with her. I didn't even fucking talk to her, really. So, I should actually give her it. So she doesn't think I'm a complete ass. Well, you never know. What if she really has an ache? Okay. I reached into the drawer and got out a packet of activated carbon. Thanks. She wrestled it from my hand and ran away. Dots. It was 15 minutes till dinner and the nurse still wasn't back. I guess just leaving the place like this won't do. She asked me to look after it after all. And who knows what might happen if I leave. Though who would want to steal anything from here? Actually, a lot of people would. Except for Elisa stealing activated carbon. I opened the magazine again and began flipping through it for the 9th time. The fashions of the 80s weren't that fun anymore. Yawning got me several times. It was already 6 o'clock, so dinner has already started. Of course, I had to be on the watch till the end, but my stomach seemed to have its own opinion on the matter. I stood up, steadily headed to the exit. A rustling sound came from behind the door. Could it be someone else who got poisoned, broke their arm, or something even worse? I sighed heavily and pulled the doorknob. However, there was no one out here. Seems like it was just my imagination. I returned inside and instantly noticed that something had changed in the infirmary. What? To be precise, an apple had appeared on the table. But where from? Fruits can't just materialize from thin air by themselves, can they? Holy shit, there is an apple on the table. Though in this camp, anything is possible. Chances are someone just brought it here. Maybe Lena wanted to thank me. Given that she's a Cheyenne. But wait. How could she slip past me like that? Lena wouldn't climb through the window after all. So there must be something else. I was suddenly overwhelmed by fear. What if the apple was poisoned? Then why would someone complicate things when I'm here totally helpless and can be killed way more easily? Or it might be the apple with which Eve tasted in the Garden of Eden. In that case, I certainly shouldn't eat it. The same... Eat the fucking apple. I don't know. The same second, my stomach reminded me it was there by rumbling treacherously. However, it would take time to close the infirmary to reach the canteen to get food. My stomach is about to eat itself. There's nothing wrong, I guess. Once again, I tried to remember if this apple was here before. In the end, it must have appeared from nowhere. Maybe it got here through the window. The shutter was slightly open. So someone must have reached and put it there. Nothing serious, however. Do I really have to choose to eat the fucking apple? Poison. Why the fuck would it be poisoned? Who would smuggle poison in the fucking damn pioneer camp? You know what? Eat the apple. Hunger prevailed and I started chewing on the ripe green apple with gutso. The taste seemed normal. There you go, though I don't think that even the strongest poison can be tasted. But it's too late to think about that. It was time to go for dinner. Along the way I ran into Electronic. How's it going? Did you find Shrek? No, still no sign of him. That sucks. No worry, we'll find him. I tried to cheer him up. Too much time has passed. I'll just keep on searching. What about dinner? No, finding Shrek is more important. He muttered thoughtfully. I left him at the crossroads and wished him good luck. Pioneers crowded into the doorway. I quickened my pace, trying not to be the last one in a line, at least for today. And I was lucky. In the far corner was an absolutely empty table. I took my dinner quickly and sat at the table. Tonight's dinner consisted of fruit, soup, and a pair of buns. This set surprised me at first, but the taste was actually nice. I concentrated on eating. Lena, let's go here, look. 3 free chairs. Lena and Miko stood in front of me. Are these taken? Wondered Lena. No, take a seat. Of course, I wish you were alone. You're an asshole. Thank you. As soon as Lena said that, Xena jumped out from behind her back. I'll sit here. There are no places left, she said, putting her tray on the table and sitting down, not even waiting for my answer. Sure, make yourself at home, I muttered sorrowfully. What? Nothing. Jesus Christ. To tell the truth, I wanted to reduce the whole company to just Lena. No, neither Miku nor Xenia were causing much trouble. Except one was too talkative, and the other was too arrogant. But nevertheless, they were absolutely harmless, especially comparing to some others I couldn't name. Oh, seems like I forgot my key. Don't worry, take mine. I was surprised by Miku's short reply. Do you live together? Of course. Didn't you know? Together. Our cabin is the rearmost. I mean the farthest from here. I mean the last one. I wouldn't have been surprised if somebody told me that Lena lived with Slavia. Or with Xenia at worst. Even electronic. Girls aren't supposed to live together with boys, actually. But silent and shy Lena and excessively talkative Miku as a pair. That's really a surprise. Did you find Shurik? Strange that Xenia is disturbed by someone's problems. No. Surely he is at the village buying cigarettes. Why didn't she run this by us then? Or vodka? She snorted. Village? At the moment the conversation got much more interesting. Got a problem with villages? Xenia looked amazed. You mean there's a village nearby? I think so, she said uncertainly. I looked at Lena and Miku. They were busy with their meals and did not pay attention to our conversation. You mean you don't know exactly? Why should I care? Xenia stared at her dish. But there must be something nearby. Listen. Listening. I don't know. Will you let me eat? Jesus Christ. Are you on your period too? Seems like I won't get anything from her. Though there is a chance that she really doesn't know. The remaining time was spent listening to Miku talking about some nonsense. I was just going slowly mad in silence. Obviously the first thing I did after getting out after that was inhale a great breath of fresh air. The sun was setting. I decided to take a walk. I need a drink. Excuse me, Mr. Annoying Windows Not Genuine thing. It's highly unlikely that I will find anything more exciting to do for the rest of the evening. That way something interesting could arise, quite unexpectedly. I was approaching the square when I heard a loud bang. It seemed like something had exploded. I was paralyzed. I am in a hostile environment, not knowing the rules and laws of this place. It would be better for me to run, but at the same time I was curious. Probably I would have just kept standing there, but somebody grabbed my hand. It was Ogla. Why are you standing here? Let's go and see what happened. Can't you ever manage without me? I begged her pitifully. It shouldn't be anything serious, I hope. When we came to the square, there was already a crowd of pioneers. Ogla vigorously pushed through the crowd and approached the crime scene. Obviously someone had tried to blow up Jenda. What? But the attackers failed. The monument was still standing upright. There was only dim ash traces on the pedestal. Well, who did this? She looked over the crowd of pioneers. Surely it wasn't done by an organized terrorist organization. These guys all came here just to look at what happened. I noticed Yana and Elisa in the crowd. Oh my god, Elisa. Please don't tell me y'all did this. And it looks like our camp leader noticed them too. You two, come here. They approached reluctantly. Why always me? If you think so. Show me your hands. What's wrong with them? I looked closer and saw that they were smeared with black. Now it's clear. What did you make a bomb with? God damn it. Fuck. The junior terrorist seemed to hesitate over whether or not to confess, but then blurted out proudly. Activated cauldron, salt appearance, sulfur. Why exactly the monument? What did this honored man ever do to you? The fighter for the rights of... Besides, he gave me activated carbon. With her finger, the whole square stared at me. Thoughts about the pointlessness of this act due to a small bomb size left me at the very moment. She stole it. I did nothing. Even if he gave it to you, I'm sure that Semyon would never take part in such a disgusting antisocial act. Yes, exactly. I agreed. Dots. I could hardly imagine how long she would have kept on scolding Lisa if Electronic hadn't opened out at the very moment, shouting, I found it! I found it! Everyone turned towards him. He held a boot in his hand. Here. Electronic boastfully shook it over his head. It's Shurik's boot. Okay, calm down. Tell us in detail where you found it. Why the fuck is my baby sister yelling? Okay. Let me see how long this video is. Alright. Before it gets to an hour. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna end it right here. In the forest on the way to the old camp. Old camp? I didn't even know there was an old camp. Okay, we're gonna end it right there before it strikes an hour. I don't have time for an hour, so I'm actually glad that I checked it. Thank you guys for watching this, and I will be reading when I can. I've been very busy with like school things. My history teacher has assigned a lot of projects and all that. And I'm just trying to get everything done and all that. But thank you guys for watching, and I will tune in next time for Everlasting Summer. Toodles!